Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, warm welcome to the Dialogue Hub podcast, the first ever episode of the Dialogue Hub podcast, where the society speaks, convinces, connects, and inspires. So this podcast is brought to you so that we can talk about things that are happening in society, meet some of the young people, some of the individuals that are influential in our society, who are going to share their views, their lifestyle, how they can improve the society, how they can be an inspiration to different communities, how they have lived their lives, and how they are managing to cope with what is happening in the world today. So, beautiful people, as you have seen today, the first ever episode of the Dialogue Hub, I'm joined by the man himself, Brian. Brian Zambia. That's what he calls himself, isn't it?
Yeah. Brand Zambia.
So Brian is everything. The media personnel. You tell us, who are you? What are you? What do you say?
Um, I'm an eclectic man. I call myself media. That is the bulk word that I can use. I'm the media because I'm the content creator. I also do some kind of, let me just say it's media in general because if I start mentioning one by one, I will restrict myself. So I'm the media.
The media itself.
Yeah, the media itself.
Okay. So Brian, before we go deep into what we want to discuss on today, first of all, we can know what do you like doing nowadays since it's fall, the weather has changed. What do you like?
Justin, thank you for that question. That is an important question to me because, yeah, mostly I like energy drinks. But looking at the way you put the question, I like taking coffee. Coffee is the best thing that has to be taken. Look at the weather that we have. It's rainy season and it's very cold, so coffee normally takes a day for me.
Something
Yeah, not necessarily snack.
like-
Thank
Okay.
you, Dennis.
Yeah. Yeah. So now on our team, we're wondering the first thing that we wanted to know: how did brand Zambia come about?
It's a good question. It's a good one. And you're not the first person to ask that question. Brand Zambia, there is the first name. I'm Brian, and Zambia is not my surname, but Zambia is my country. I'm very, very proud of my country, Zambia. So I thought of they know me by Brian, that is my name. So if they can also know the country where I'm based, the content that I create, the media thing that I do, is not just for Zambian people, but it is for everyone. The entire world should know about my content. If I say I'm from Zambia, it is very easy for somebody from Uganda to know Brian. Who's Brian? Where is Brian found? So if I have this name which is attached to me, Zambia, so they'll know me by my country name. So that's where Brian Zambia is coming
So you have talked a lot about the issue for content creation and all that. When did you start uh, content creating as
from.
a young person?
And I started creating content when I was very young. I think by that time I was in grade 8. That was 2012. I never had any opportunity of having an Android phone or any other phone that can support my creation of content. By then, I could just sit down, write something in my diary and my poem, and I composed poems. I used to write a lot of things. I started with music. I could sit down, come about a song, but those songs that I was writing weren't of interest of other people, but to me, they were of interest. From there, I started now catching up, coming up with motions of different debates. So when I started becoming more and more active in terms of using Facebook, that was the time that I started now thinking of creating some kind of a content that can help people. I started watching a lot of inspirational stories, movies, motivational speeches from different people that have been creating content.
Mhm.
So by doing so, I was motivated. It was attached to the dream that I've always been having. So in 2013, that was the time I was in grade 9. That's when I started now feeling of opening an account, Facebook account, because I never wanted to expose myself to media. So I
But you
thought,
wanted to become a content creator.
yes, yes, I wanted face to work on myself. Uh, these early grades doesn't prepare a person, in terms of how I can articulate things, how I should come out publicly. So I wanted face to prepare myself. So 2013 was the best year of me starting up an account, a Facebook account, which I opened, and I started that account with the help of one of my female friends by the name of Memory. She helped me. Yeah, yeah. So she helped me create a Facebook account. I never recorded anything like video or post anything. I could just chat with people. I started browsing, knowing what is Facebook, what should I do about it. So from there, that's where I drew that attention of becoming a content creator.
Well, it's nice that you stayed way back talking about this content. No, like people would like to know. Talking of Brian Zambia, a content creator. What kind of content do you? Because many have been blogging, others are into sports, others are. What kind of content do you?
Basically, Justin, I do sports content. I also do motivational speeches. Many are the times that people would see me talking about issues that are affecting young people, issues that are affecting our country, especially Zambia. I normally talk about that, how I can come in and help the government. There are things that we young people of this generation know, which these elderly people doesn't know. So I utilize my page, I utilize my content in teaching other people, especially elderly people. There are people in some departments, governmental departments, who normally hold different positions, high positions for that matter, but they are lacking some kind of motivation. They need that motivation that can boost their morale to work for the people. So I'm there to make sure that I talk about some issues that affect government officials. They are leaders that have got content of leading people.
Okay.
How should they go about executing that? So I come in with the idea of giving them the content that can help them execute their plan in terms of working for the people. Then in sports, I also focus much on talking about players, especially these guys that have taken part in sports. I talk about them, I encourage them, I tell them about tactics that they can use in terms of them pushing themselves go forward. So that's what I normally do in my content. I also promote these artists that normally do the artwork, which is of drawing, also the artwork, which is of music. I
Mhm.
normally talk about them and encourage them. That's what I do.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, do you think nowadays? I have a friend who told me that the world is shifting now. We are running away from TV. We're just going to, let's say, these other media platforms. Let's say YouTube. It's like what you find on TV, everything you can find them on YouTube, find them on Facebook and these other platforms. Do you think content creation is the future?
Just I would say that content creation is more than, because whatever that I create right now, like you've hosted me right here, right? My children and also the children of my children who come and watch this kind of content that I'm creating right now, because it is going to be there in record even for 10 years, which tells me to say if I watch today on TV, it will go just like that. They will need to have another kind of an activity that is going to be broadcasted on TV. But if you talk of YouTube, if I go back to the songs that Chivesa and the team recorded in 2008, they are there. Even me, who was just born before those guys, I'm able to watch those kind of music and I'm getting the inspiration from what they did. Even my children that are going to come will be able to watch from that. So the coming of these other platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, they are there more than the future because they will stay longer than what to watch on. That's TV, because TV is there for a shorter period of time as compared to these other platforms that have been created now.
Talking of content creation, you mentioned some sports.
Sure.
Zambia yesterday was beaten dramatically by
Exactly.
Morocco. Um, what do you think we are lacking in the Zambian team? Because it's like every time we're talking about Zambia and football, it's like we're going parallel. Every time they promise us to win, but it's like when they step on the pitch, it's different. Guess what? What do you think about your football space
Um,
in Zambia?
Thank you, Justin, for that question. I'm a football fan also. That's why I've talked about creating content concerning sports. Um, our Zambian team, for now, needs reformation. That's what I'll talk about first. In Zambia, we've got the model of changing coaches. You go for this coach, you go for this white man, you go for this white man. We've failed to believe in our own local coaches. It is better to cure a disease that you know. Yeah. If me, I've been living with you, Justin, maybe for 2 years, you know my weaknesses, I know your weaknesses. If you want to control me, it will be very easy for you to control me because you know me better than another person. So what we need as a Zambian footballing nation and also heart of football, we need somebody who knows better the players that we have. The team that we played yesterday is not a small.
Yeah, yeah,
Even the ranking itself can tell to say Morocco is a very good team that can compete at that high level.
yeah.
And Zambia knew it from the beginning. Say, even if we try, we are going to lose because Morocco has got all those players that normally play even in the Premier League and these other leagues. They do better.
Do you think that's why?
No, the man has got that heart of football. But what I saw in the matches that he played was not impressive. They had fear. Like in the yesterday's match, the whole team had fear. They couldn't now attack in the way that they were supposed to attack. They couldn't fill up the gaps that were created there. They gave chance to Morocco, and Morocco took advantage of them and they could score.
Yeah, so now shifting a bit, you also talked about your content being based on the issue of creating inspirations and motivations that are going to help politicians and these other stakeholders to help the communities to move forward.
Yeah.
So now concerning politics in Zambia, it seems like uh, some of the people who are ruling the country, they think they are working, but the well-being of people is not so good.
Exactly.
So, first of all, generally, as the politics is concerned, what do you view uh, the state of people and the government at this point?
Honestly speaking, Justin, between the government and the people, there is a very big gap. You know, when I'm trying to come up with something that is going to motivate, I need to bring up closer the motivation itself. The people that we have in government, they are used to line up a lot of activities, a lot of developments that has to be done among the people of Zambia. But looking at the way they execute those plans is what scares me. It's what worries me all the time. I'll step on the example that the mayor of Livingston gave. She was there to complain about the children that were born on Christmas Day. She complained to say, no, how can the entire Livingston have 4 children? If I'm not mistaken with the number, she complained. But did she go around to go in the rural areas of Livingston and check out for the children that were born?
No, maybe.
Most of these leaders that we have, they are there to work for the people that are within town. But what about those people that are in the rural areas, in the outskirts of a district or maybe province? Are they cared for? And they are the ones in the forefront of voting. So the people that are in leadership, they just look within the surface of the district or province instead of going deep down the district and look for the people and also face their challenges, their problems. What is it that our people are going through? If at all a government leader, a government official could go out, search out for the problems that rural people are going through, it can be a very good country. It can be a very good leadership because if I'm caring only for the people that are within my house, not also caring for the neighbor, it means the affection of the neighbor should not affect me. And believe you me, Justin, if you have a problem in the neighborhood and I can't come in as a neighbor, means I have nothing that I can call a relationship with the neighborhood. So it's important that the leaders that are in offices this time around, or those that are in leadership, should work hard and make sure that they leave no stone unturned. They attend to each and every problem. I know they can't finish all the problems, but they should try their level best not to focus much on the people that are within town because Zambia is not just within one district. Zambia is when you combine all the people in the totality of the district, provinces, and also the places that are within Zambia. That's when you call it Zambia.
Things are not working out. People, do you think it's the government or it's the people that aren't responding to the government?
Justin, looking at the leadership that we have here in Northern Province, we've got people that can lead the province and bring development here. But what is there? It's just a self benefit that they have. They want to do more things of their own interest. They are forgetting about the interest of the people. If we can have young people, if young people can hold hands and join politics in a very positive way, Northern Province is going to develop. This is a province that has a lot of things. We've got tourism attractions here, whereby if we can utilize Shimba Falls, we've got Kalambo Falls. If those sites can be utilized and be formed as tourism sites properly, they put infrastructures that can be attracting people to come through and view these two falls. It can help. Now, the leadership that we have does not recognize the development of our province. Their main focus is just to do what they feel can be done within their own power, especially looking at the town, the headquarters for Northern Province that we have, which is Kasam. Look at the way it is structured. Look at the infrastructures that we have that can make the province be known for infrastructures. There is no development that we can talk. We talk of roads. There is poor road network here in Northern Province, especially within town. So if at all we can have leaders, especially um, leaders that can bring about development, that can be there to speak the truth. Because if we politicize whatever that we have
Mm-hmm.
in the province, it will affect us. It will affect the future.
Yeah.
So it is important that as leaders, especially aspiring leaders, especially young leaders, to think of coming up with strategies of developing Northern Province because we are lacking behind. Yet we've got natural resources that can boost up the province.
Talking of young leaders, nowadays, if you've observed, it's normal now for young people to abuse substances like alcohol. So now in the country, now we are fighting, even in the Bill 7, they're like, oh, young people have to be. What is happening with us, our generation? Is it because of lack of employment? We heard the president offered jobs for teachers. Is it because of lack of better things to do or what? Because nowadays it has become like a new normal to see young people drunk. And we see even the reactions of junkies in Kasama, or other people were reported to be murdered and all sorts of things. So, what's your take on that? Because we are talking of politics, young people coming on board, but the same young people are in forefront doing all sorts of mischievous.
Just in the vices that young people have put themselves into, or that they are showcasing now, they are responding in the poor um, chances that have been given in government. Let's talk of the junkies that we've just mentioned. The junkies that we have, if we can just go there and assess the junkies, the so-called junkies, they are the most educated people. You find that here comes a young man who has done something, maybe the health-related course, but that young man has not been given employment by the government. He doesn't have anything to do, and he has reached to that age of him being independent. So he doesn't have what to do. What am I going to be doing? I've got this paper which is not helping me to move forward. So what else am I going to be doing? Is to abuse these drugs that we're talking about. And
Mhm.
once these young people abuse those drugs that we're talking about, the ending result is now to become junkies. They'll be attacking people so they can have that money that they need. So if at all the government can create a certain house, a certain umbrella that can be compacting these young people that have done courses, there are a lot of young people that have done different courses and they are like a bomb. One day they will explode. So now that explosion has already taken place. They have exploded into junkies because they don't have what to do. As a result, is now to be attacking people that are doing good. Junkies target people that they see with handbags moving in town. Oh, she's a worker from that company. Let's attack her because she's got money. Oh, he's a government leader. Let's attack him because he's got money. Now, if at all they can look for these young people that have done courses and they provide them with employment, junkies can no longer be seen. There are a few school dropout junkies that are there to attack you, as compared to the youths that have done courses. They've completed their secondary education, which is grade 12.
Exactly.
Yes, and they've done their tertiary education, but they don't have what to do. So the end result is what? To do what they feel is giving them what they need. That's what I
Yeah.
can say.
So venturing into this politics, we lost our mother, mayor of Kasama, recently.
Exactly.
May, may her soul rest in peace. Uh, so who do you think can be a suitable candidate? You knew her better.
Very
I
much,
think you
very
knew her
much.
better than
I
me
interacted with her for
for
quite good
quite
time.
a good uh, amount of time. Who do you think can be a suitable candidate to hold that huge space? Because I was in town today and I found many the UPND, the other political parties that are passing in town. I think they've said that I don't know if it's campaigns or launching and I don't know whatever they're doing. Who do you think is a suitable candidate?
The mayor opposition that our mother left, Mother Teresa Corada, as you had said it, may her soul rest in eternal peace, does not deserve a person who is just a mere person. It deserves somebody who can build from where she ended. We need somebody with a big heart, somebody who cannot look at a political party and favor that political party, somebody who can be there to work for the people, whether UPND, PF, and whatsoever. We need somebody who can stand for the people. Yes, it's not a bad thing to belong to a political party, but what is important is the work that you're doing for the people. Because if I say I'm UPND today, which means I'm segregating, meaning I'll take the side of the UPND, forgetting about these other political parties. So what we need is to have somebody who's going to work for all the Zambian people within Northern Province, within Kasam, not to politicize the leadership of the mayor. Because looking at the mother that we just lost, she was a mother for everybody. She never sidelined any political party. She could work whether for UPND, she was PF, yes.
Yeah.
She could go for Socialist Party and for all the political parties because she wanted to work for them. If a leader is chosen, yes, there is need for a political party for you to be chosen, or maybe as an independent. But what you should do is that as you work, are you going just to work? If for example, you construct a road, is it going to be passable only for the PF members? No, it's for everybody, whether you PND, Socialist Party, and the like. So we need somebody who's going to replace Mother Teresa Kolala in the way that she wanted Kasama town to be. Not somebody who's going to politicize the office of the mayor. We want somebody who's going to stand for the people of Zambia, especially here in Kasama district. That's what we need.
Yeah. So today it's just our first episode. I think we'll call you for more. Give us some more clear pictures on the motivations that you're doing and content creation that you have embarked on. Um, for now, we'll wrap from here. But it is very, very important that you also speak to other content creators. We have other content creators who are coming up, which is becoming a good business for many people. So, what advice are you going to give to these other content creators so that they may also benefit from your knowledge as a content creator?
As it stands, Justin, thank you for that. Um, as we stand as Zambia, I believe we are not monetized in terms of Facebook. Facebook is there just prestigiously for entertainment. We are there on Facebook for entertainment sake,
Oh,
but
it's not paid.
yeah, it's not payable in Zambia.
Oh, in Zambia.
Some content creators that are within Zambia, they are monetized because they went to some other countries where they had access to that monetization that we need. But looking at what we do now, even what the content that I create
Mhm.
is basing on the hope of Zambia one day to be monetized. So to the content creators, my fellow content creators that are starting, that have started already, my encouragement for you guys is that continue doing what is of the base of the people, of their best interest, because we don't know when is Zambia going to be monetized. It might be tomorrow
Yeah,
or next month.
yeah.
So if at all the content that we are putting on the face of the public is not sufficient enough to satisfy their wish, even when Zambia is going to be monetized, it will be very difficult for other people to follow. Because if you can't secure a very good audience now when it is not monetized, what more if it is monetized? Who's going to follow your content? So the time that we have is enough for us to come up with the audience that is reasonable, that is manageable, that is there to support. So create a very good relationship with the audience that we have, continue developing that audience so that in case there will be that luck day that our country is going to be monetized, you benefit from that. I know it is too cost. You buy bundles, you need to have gadgets that will help you create that content, but be focused and never look at time that he has passed and the time that is coming. Just have focus and know the direction. Follow one course until success, then it will be a day for you one day.
Thank you so much. We wrap up today on the Dialogue Hub. I was your guy, your boy. You have us all over the world. Justin Mulenga Walia. So follow our page on Facebook, follow our Instagram, and follow our YouTube channel. Please click that subscribe button because we need you to comment and give us some options and some of the things that we need to improve on. Because as we move forward, we also need our societies to move with us. I am because you are therefore I am because we are going to wherever we are, let us support one another. So thank you, Brian, for coming through.
Justin, thank you very much for having
Hope
me.
to have you again on the show.
Feel free.
Thank
I'll
you
be
so
there
much.
all the time.
Abbas, till we meet next time.